In today's video, we're going to be going over the substitution method, which is a method used to solve a system of equations. In the last video, we went over the basics of how to use the equal values method. In today's video, we're going to go over substitution and more deeply into why this actually matters. So first, let's actually start with why do we need to find the solution for two equations like this? The reason for that is that if we have like two lines on a graph like this, let's say one line is like this, I'm just gonna delete that. Let's say one line is like this, and another line goes somewhat like that. And these lines intersect at this point, right? And both of these lines have two different separate equations. So the reason we use these methods in order to find x, and we also need to find y, is because that tells us where these two lines intersect. This is useful because if you're looking at graphs like a supply and demand graph and you want to see where both of the graphs intersect, where the supply and demand is at equilibrium, which is the center, then you will need to be able to solve this based on the equations of those lines to find where that center and intersecting point is. So we're gonna go over how to do this using the substitution method. So let's say we have an equation like y is equal to 3x plus 4, and we have another equation 2y plus x is equal to 5. So first thing we need to do is we need to realize that this is telling us what y is equal to. It's telling us y is equal to 3x plus 4. And if we know y is equal to 3x plus 4, we can just substitute y into this equation, right? So we can just do 2 times 3x plus 4. The reason for that is because y is equal to 3x plus 4, which is why we're substituting in 3x plus 4 for y, plus x is equal to 5. And then we get 6x plus 8 plus x equal to 5. That's 7x plus 8 equal to 5, minus 8 from both sides. We get 7x is equal to negative 3, and then x is equal to negative 3 sevenths. So now we need to put negative 3 sevenths back into the equation to find what y is. So we're going to do y is equal, and I did not go over this in the last video, so this is a new thing, so pay attention. So y is equal to 3x plus 4, right? And we know x is equal to negative 3 sevenths, so we're going to do y is equal to 3 times negative 3 over 7 plus 4, right? So now this says y is equal to negative 9 over 7 plus 4. So that means y is equal, so 4 is also 28 over 7, so that means 28 over 7 minus 9 over 7, which means y is equal to 19 over 7. So we could check this really quickly. So 2y, so 2 times 19 over 7 plus x, which is just minus 3 over 7, is equal to 5. So 2 times 19 is 38, so 38 over 7 minus 3 over 7 is equal to 5. So 35 over 7 is equal to 5, and 35 over 7 is 5, so 5 is equal to 5. What this tells us is that both of these equations, or lines, y is equal to 3x plus 4 and 2y plus x is equal to 5, intersect at the point negative 3 over 7, comma 19 over 7. So if you plot both of these graphs on the xy axis, then they will both intersect at the point negative 3 over 7, comma 19 over 7, which is very good to know because in real world situations like I explained before, this can be very useful. Let's go over one more problem using the substitution method. Let's say we have y is equal, actually let's make this x, we have x is equal to 2y plus 8, and in a different equation we have, let's say we have y is equal to 3x plus 4. So now there's two different things we can do, right? We can either substitute an x into this equation, or we can substitute y into this equation. I'm just going to substitute x into this equation. So x is equal to 2y plus 8, right? So we're going to say y is equal to 3 times x is equal to 2y plus 8, so 3 times 2y plus 8 plus 4. So then we have y is equal to 6y, 24 plus 4. We have to subtract 6y to get y alone. Negative 5y is equal to 28. So it means if we divide both sides by negative 5, we get y is equal to negative 28 over 5, right? So now we're going to have to substitute y into the equation for x is equal to. So it says x is equal to 2y, so 2 times negative 28 over 5, because that's what y is equal to. And it says plus 8. So x is equal to negative 28 times 2, which is negative 56. Negative 56 over 5 plus 8. So x is equal to 8 can also be written as 40 over 5. So x is equal to negative 16 over 5, because negative 56 over 5 plus 40 over 5 is negative 16 over 5. So now we have x and y, but let's check it just to make sure it's right. So y is negative 28 over 5. We're going to plug y into the equation. We're going to plug y into this equation and x into this equation. So it says y is equal to, so negative 28 over 5 is equal to 3x. So 3 times negative 16 over 5 plus 4. So negative 28 over 5 is equal to 3 times negative 16, which is negative 48 over 5 plus 4. So 4 is also 20 over 5, so this is negative 48 over 5 plus 20 over 5, so that's equal to negative 28 over 5. So negative 28 over 5 is equal to negative 28 over 5. So that means both of these lines intersect at the point negative 16 over 5, x value, comma, negative 28 over 5, which is a y value. So that's where both of these graphs and lines x is equal to 2y plus 8 and y is equal to 3x plus 4 intersect. Again, these can be very helpful in real world scenarios like a supply and demand graph. Let's say you're looking at two different scenarios that are graphed and you want to know when they are the same and when they intersect. This is when you will need to use stuff like the substitution method, equal values method, and what we'll go over in the next video, the elimination method. So it might not seem like this will be helpful at all in your day-to-day life, but if you ever need to do this in a job or in a statistics analysis, then this can be very useful to know when both of these things can happen at the same time, both of your scenarios, both of your x and y. So that's all for today's video. In the next video, we're going to be going over the elimination method and just a little more basics and understanding on how to solve these types of problems. So thank you and have a great day.